Hello Paraphile, we are from class physics 2 and in this video we are going to be explaining and doing the egg drop experiment. My name is Alden from class F116.
I'm Denzel Oliver Lee from F116. Today, we'll be talking about the purpose of this experiment is to demonstrate the concept of inertia by showing how an object at rest, which is the egg, will remain at rest even when the object supporting it, which is the sheet and the cardboard roll, is quickly removed by striking the sheet. The egg loses its support and drops straight down, illustrating Newton's first law of motion.
So now we will be showing clips of us doing this experiment.
Wow!
Okay, so now that we have tried it with one egg, now we're going to try it with 2 eggs at the same time. Okay.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, let's go! Inertia is the tendency of an object to resist any change in its motion. According to Newton's first law of motion, an object at rest will remain at rest until an external force causes it to move. In this experiment, the egg, the cardboard roll, and the sheet are initially at rest.
When the sheet is hit quickly, it is the only object that receives a strong horizontal force, so it moves out of the way almost instantly. But because of inertia, the egg and the cardboard roll do not move with the sheet. They remain in their original position for a brief moment. As soon as the sheet slides away, the cardboard roll also loses its support and is knocked aside. But the egg stays nearly in place because no horizontal force was applied to it.
With the support removed, gravity becomes the only force acting on the egg, causing it to fall straight down into the cup of water. This demonstrates inertia clearly. The egg stays at rest while the sheet moves away, and only after losing its support does the egg move downward.
Okay, so now we're going to be answering some analytical questions. So number 1, it asks us, explain what happens to the egg when the tray is suddenly removed. What physical principle caused it to fall straight down? When the tray is suddenly hit and pulled away, the egg remains in its original position because no horizontal force acts on it. According to the principle of inertia, the egg stays at rest while the tray moves away. Once the support is gone, gravity becomes the only force acting on the egg, causing it to fall straight down into the cup of water.
The second question, why does the egg land safely in the container instead of breaking or flying away? Use Newton's first law and unbalanced forces. The egg lands safely because it experiences almost no sideways force when the tray is struck. Newton's first law states that an object at rest will stay at rest unless acted on by an unbalanced force. Since the only significant unbalanced force on the egg is gravity, it moves straight down because it dropped into water, which slows the egg gently so it doesn't break.
Number 3, it asks what will happen if the tray were pulled slowly instead of quickly. Well, if the tray was pulled slowly, the egg would likely move along with the tray instead of dropping straight into the water. This happens because a slow pull gives friction more time to transfer horizontal force into the egg, overcoming the inertia. As a result, the egg might fall off to the side or miss the cup.
4. What if you replace the egg with an object with a different mass? What does this show about mass and inertia? If you use the ping pong ball, which is lighter, it may move more easily with the tray because it has less inertia. If you use a heavier object, it would resist the motion even more and stay in place better. This shows that objects with more mass have greater inertia and resist changes in motion more strongly.
For number 5, it asks, during the experiment, what role does friction play? How does minimizing friction help this experiment succeed? Friction acts between the tray, the control, and the egg. Minimizing friction prevents the egg from being dragged sideways when the tray is dropped. With less friction, the tray can slide out quickly without pulling the egg along, allowing inertia to keep the egg still until gravity takes over.
Why must the tray be pulled horizontally instead of on an angle? The tray must be pulled horizontally so that the force applied does not push the egg upwards or sideways. Pulling at an angle introduces an additional vertical or sideways forces that can knock the egg off the roll, which a straight horizontal pull ensures only a major vertical force on the egg which is gravity.
Number 7 asks, how does this experiment show the difference between balanced and unbalanced forces? Before the tray is hit, the force on the egg are balanced. Gravity pulls it down, and also the tray pushes it up. When the tray is suddenly removed, these forces become unbalanced. Gravity is now the only force acting on the egg, so it accelerates it downward. The experiment clearly shows that motion occurs when forces become unbalanced.
What safety or experimental errors could affect the result, and how could you reduce them? Errors include pulling the tray too slowly, hitting it at an angle, placing the cup too far off center, or having too much friction between surfaces. Safety issues include the egg breaking or spilling water. These can be minimized by striking the tray quickly and evenly, centering the cup, drying the surfaces, and practicing with a plastic egg before using a real one.
Number 9 asks, in your own words, summarize how the experiment demonstrates Newton's first law. What does an object at rest stays at rest means here? The experiment shows that the egg stays at rest even when the tray beneath it is removed quickly. An object at rest stays at rest. Means the egg does not move sideways or follow the tray because no horizontal force will act on it. It only moves when the gravity pulls it downward after losing its support.
10. Give two real-life examples of inertia in action and explain how Newton's first law applies. Example 1. When a car stops suddenly, your body lurches forward. Your body continues moving because inertia keeps it in motion even though the car has stopped. Example 2. A tablecloth can be pulled from under dishes without moving them if it's pulled fast enough. The dishes stay still because inertia resists the sudden sideways motion.
Based on the results of the experiment, the egg successfully fell straight down into the cup of water when the tray was pulled away quickly. This outcome shows that inertia keeps the egg at rest even when the supporting tray moves suddenly. Because no horizontal force acted on the egg, gravity becomes the only force influencing its motion, causing it to drop vertically once the support was removed. This experiment demonstrates Newton's first law of motion and confirms that minimizing friction and pulling the tray horizontally are important for the trick to work. Overall, the results clearly show how inertia affects real objects and how balanced forces can become unbalanced to create motion. Thank you. That is all from our video. Thank you for watching.